are oppressed. Islam is a wicked and evil religion that oppresses women.
Right, it is.
Now, Madame, do you have the right to wear what you want to wear? Yes, she says, oh, yes. Did you decide to wear what you want to wear today?
Yeah.
Do you have the right to wear what you want to wear?
Yeah.
Do you have the right to wear what you want to wear? Do you have the right to wear what you want to wear? So here we have women in Western society who claim that they have the right to wear what they want to wear. And it is this liberalist view that you project on the world, that you project on Islam, and suggest that in Islam, women don't have the rights. But you don't have the right to wear what you want to wear. You don't have the right, and you did not make the choices yourselves. You simply stuck. You simply complied to what is expected of you from society. Why do I say this? Because as a man in this society, I can raise my top and show you my wonderful nipples. But if you did that in this society, you will be arrested for indecent exposure. Now, I would like to take off my trousers and show you my 12-inch penis. But there is a law against that. There is a law against it. It is called indecent exposure, extreme exposure to genitalia. So what we have in this society, we have rules and regulations as to what is accepted as the norm. So you cannot go around naked if you wanted to. You don't have that choice. And what we have in Islam or in other cultures and societies, we have different rules and regulations, different levels of cultural acceptability upon what you can and what you can't wear. So when you run around talking about Muslim women are oppressed, look at your own societies. What we are looking at is Western cultural imperialism. White cultural imperialism. What do I mean by white cultural imperialism? I mean that when we were in Africa, we were running around naked in Africa because it's hot. You, the white man, came to Africa and said, oh, look at you. You're wearing no clothes. That is away from God. Put on clothes. You went to war with us, fought us, killed us, gave us your Bible, and now look at us. Look just like fucking you. We can't even match it properly with a fucking suit and trousers. We look like fucking misfits. Don't know whether to wear a fucking woolly hat, a suit jacket, or fucking t-shirt. We're fucked up.
Right.
And then after you came to Africa and said, put on clothes, you then went to the Middle East, where you have Muslims, and you saw the Muslims in their society, and then you said, you're wearing too much. Take some off, you bunch of fucking Big Mac munching motherfuckers.
Whoa.
Listen, look at what the fuck you've done. It's cultural imperialism. All I'm saying is we all have different cultural values, but let's all learn to get along and understand each other. I agree. I believe that Islam is oppressive towards women. But I believe all religions are oppressive towards women. I'm saying if there are to be reforms for women's rights, then those reforms should take place within the society itself by the people who it affects. So we have social discourse and communication via the women it affects, by the intellectuals, the reformists, and the thinkers within the society. That's how we initiate change. In Saudi Arabia, but let's not connect the oppression of women in Islam with the culture within certain Islamic societies. Because in Saudi Arabia, for example, women can't drive cars. It doesn't say that in the Quran. But that is culture. That is culture. So think about it. Of course, I would like to reverse all of those things. But I'm saying, let's look at where we are. We have a war in Iraq and Afghanistan. And we never understand ourselves. Why is there terrorism in the West? Why?
We're there.
We have wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Sir, where are you from?
United States.
I'm from the United Snakes of America. Sir, tell me, do you believe that your culture or America is a threat from Islamic terrorists?
A little bit. It's not very high to get attacked in America.
Tell me, sir, if Muslims or Islamic terrorists are trying to attack you in America, why would they want to do this?
Because we're doing something to piss them off over in the Middle East.
Because we're doing something to piss them off in the Middle East. America and Britain both deny that their foreign policies have anything to do with Islamic terrorism or extremism in the West. You invade Iraq. You tell Iran, stay out of it. You tell Syria, you better stay out of this. You invade a country in the Middle East and tell the neighbors of that country to stay away. And then you paint them as extremists in your media. Could you imagine if an Arab army or a Middle Eastern army or a Muslim army invaded Canada and told America, stay out of this? It's got nothing to do with you. Could you imagine a Muslim army invading France and telling the British, the Spanish, the Germans, this has nothing to do with you? That's how arrogant you are in the West. You invade Iraq and then expect other Muslims, expect the neighbors to say nothing about it. You invade these countries to impose your will, to impose your values, bringing your military, killing innocent people, and you expect the people to do nothing about it? My friends, I condemn terrorism in all forms. If a Palestinian straps bombs to himself and walks into a Jewish restaurant in Tel Aviv and blows himself up, that is terrorism. It should be condemned and the perpetrators should be held accountable. The people who blew up the World Trade Centers on the 11th of September, the people who killed 3,000 people in New York, that is an act of terrorism. They should be sought, they should be found, and they should be sentenced. Justice should not be left blind. We should find those people responsible. Those are terrorists. But likewise, when an Israeli pilot drops a bomb on a village in Gaza, in the West Bank, that is terrorism. When America sends its unmanned drones to drop bombs on villages in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Pakistan, that is terrorism. Let's call it what it is. It is terrorism. Let's look at how in the West you believe your societies are so safe, you're protected. No more than 3 weeks ago, a British spy, an MI6 agent, was found in an apartment no more than 2 miles from here. He was found naked in a bag, zipped up. All of a sudden, the British media have forgotten about that story. Why? Because the scent leads back to the state. Look at how the media have framed this